James O'Keefe.
Shout out to James
Is
O'Keefe.
sitting at James O'Keefe, man. These guys, the way they do things, man, let me tell you, they're very good at what they do. How they get these dates and whatever places they focus on, they're phenomenal at what they do. So here's Glenn Prager, no relation to Dennis, but Glenn Prager, Jeffrey Epstein's investigator, Department of Justice, is being interviewed on September 8th, asked questions. And you have to see what he says about Clinton, Epstein, and Trump. Listen to this, folks.
It's not talked about yet, but it'll soon come out that he was a CIA informant.
He was a CIA.
He wasn't a CIA. I think he's protecting a lot of other people. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there, but he's protecting a lot of people. Because Trump's now saying it's a hoax of the case, like a hoax or something. I mean, come on, you know it's not a hoax. He's been on the plane, many times. Mm-hmm. It's just he was never on the plane with the kids.
Bingo.
I've seen the itineraries and I've interviewed all the victims. There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids and a rape occurred.
Boom.
But that can't be said for Clinton.
Wow.
It can't be said for others.
Wow.
Damn. Clinton was on the plane.
Clinton was on the plane. Wow.
Overheard at Phoenix Airport on September 8th, 2025, a senior Justice Department investigator who personally worked on the Epstein case tells all. Glenn Prager, who has reviewed Epstein itineraries and has interviewed Epstein's victims, drops a bombshell. He says that the DOJ did not want to go after Epstein because he's a CIA asset, that the evidence from his investigation confirms that Bill Clinton was present for alleged rapes on the Lolita Express, and that President Trump was not present for the rapes that Glenn Prager investigated, but that he is protecting a lot of other people that were.
How about this whole Epstein thing that's like going down?
So I worked on that case. I used to interview all the victims.
Victims.
And my picture was 20 to 30 victims, in Palm Beach that I was interviewing and dealing with and stuff like that. And then we would go ready to go to trial, and
They would flip.
They would flip. Epstein would just pay them off, and they were just like these little kids. They pay off their family. They're all broke kids.
Broke families.
So you pay them off like anywhere from $150,000 to $500,000. Nothing in that guy's world.
Prager there describes how the victims that he interviewed were paid off by Epstein right before going to trial. Prager has worked as an investigator inside the Department of Justice
21
for over 20
years.
years.
According to Prager's LinkedIn About page, it says that during the tenure at DOJ, Prager served as an inspector overseeing sensitive investigations
Yeah, it's
involving
legit.
other DOJ components,
He's legit.
including the FBI, DEA, Bureau of Prisons, U.S. Marshal Service, ATF, and the U.S. Attorney's offices. This seems to corroborate what Prager told us.
He was tasked with interviewing Epstein's rape victims and investigating flight logs. On his backpack in the airport, we spotted an embroidered FBI patch, which caught the attention of our citizen journalist.
I'll tell you this, because no, it's not talked about yet, but it'll soon come out that he was a CIA informant.
He was a CIA.
He wasn't a CIA.
Although many have suspected it to be the case, this is the first time a Department of Justice official has confirmed that Epstein worked for the CIA and is a foreign asset.
Foreign asset.
DOJ
Ready?
was settling the case, and they were just letting him, do house arrests and they minimized his arrest. Part of that is because all the victims kept on flipping, and they didn't have anyone to go to trial with. More importantly,
Ready? Here it
they
comes.
Go after him. He's a asset for the United States
And Israel for the CIA. Wow.
The CIA.
Boom.
That's what he was. That's why.
There you go.
So that's intelligence, Pat. So when Alex Acosta said we can't touch him because he works for intelligence, if this guy's telling the truth,
Why
CIA,
would he be lying?
Israel.
Why would he be lying?
Well, I mean, you know what they're going to say? I'm going to play devil's advocate. There's a beautiful girl, I don't know what she looks like, and he's just trying to show off. But with that type of in-depth, that type of stuff, because guess what? You can fact check. You can find out what he's been doing. Go look back. Did he talk to all these girls? If that's true, and he's saying this, this has to be admissible. Like, what are you talking about, bro? And he's saying that Bill Clinton allegedly was on there when there was rapes, not sexual, just having sex on the plane. Rapes, meaning people were against their will and these girls were screaming and fighting. That's what this guy is freaking saying. So there you go.
Things are more simple than they are complicated. And if it is as simple as Epstein was an informant in intelligence. That explains the sweetheart deal.
Yeah.
That explains why nobody did anything. And that explains why there were frames missing in the Zapruder film at the moment of the, the jail film.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. And Rob, you have the DOJ a statement?
Yeah,
Because, they made a statement.
No, here's what James O'Keefe texted me because I was like, because he's like, please play this. We said, all right, we'll talk to Pat. Rob, I sent you an image of what James O'Keefe sent me. Do you have that yet? Yep. Give me one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because by the way, the DOJ
So I said, James, what do you want?
yesterday.
What do you
great
think will
work.
happen? So this is per O'Keefe. There's two-
Did he say you can share this? Close this, Rob.
Yeah.
yeah, this was their statement.
No,
Whose
this is the DOJ. This is
was
the
the
Department of
DOJ
yeah, but you
statement.
can,
Okay,
you can
okay,
go to
yeah,
the
this is
official
fine. Yeah,
DOJ
this is-
statement
Okay.
if you
Well,
want.
this is
Rob.
what
Go ahead.
So you don't
he copy and paste the statement.
Perfect. That's all I
Okay,
want to show.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So this is the first part is the statement. This individual worked at the Department of Justice as a program analyst for over 15 years ago. He has no understanding or access to the underlying facts in this investigation. His statement should not be considered accurate. It is disgusting that someone would further exploit victims of sexual abuse by fabricating stories for their personal benefit. So this was the Department of Justice's statement, to which these are facts that our friend O'Keefe had to say. During his tenure at the DOJ, Mr. Prager served as the inspector overseeing sensitive investigations involving major DOJ components, including the FBI, DEA, Bureau of Prisons, U.S. Marshal Service, ATF, and the U.S. So meaning
who's
this
lying?
guy has some credibility,
So-
whereas the DOJ is saying he has no credibility.
So
Adam,
but who
thank
do
you
you
for the
trust?
Fill in the
find.
blanks.
Yeah, who do you
Hey,
trust?
Thank you for the find. May I take us to a sentence, Adam? Great find here. Watch this. His statements should not be considered accurate. That is not the same as saying his statements are not accurate. This is the wordsmithing that is happening when your government speaks, folks. You got to get into the parsing. His statements should not be considered accurate. They're not telling you it's not accurate. They're saying they shouldn't be considered accurate.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't close enough. And it's terrible that he would further exploit. 1/3 of the statement is a float. Wow, it's a shame that an ex-employee would be exploiting something like this. Why don't you come out and say he wasn't on the case, this is not accurate, this is a bold-faced lie, thank you very much, because they can't say
Okay,
that.
so who is they?
The statement from Justice.
Who runs DOJ?
Well, whoever the Department of
Right now
Justice
it's
spokesman.
Who runs
Pam
it?
Bondi.
Pam Bondi
Okay,
is the
so what-
highest ranking, Pat.
So-
She's number
so-
one.
So let
From
me ask you,
Florida.
Tom. Let me ask you, Tom. Can a person respond like that without the permission of Pam Bondi?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay. So is that response, what percentage of that response was approved by Pam Bondi?
I gotta.
This thing
I
got
gotta go.
8.1 million views on X.
There's such.
How many views, Pat?
8.1 million views
I'm
on
gonna
X.
go. I'm gonna go
Okay, so it's got-
50-50 that it got all the way to Bondi. That this is. They have an office that responds on this
And
really
what
quick.
is the likelihood that this goes all the way up? All the way up,
president?
like maybe even talking to Cash, talking to President? What is the likelihood?
I would say with James O'Keefe's credibility, this goes all the way up with high certainty.
Okay.
Not 100%.
So for me,
But
for
O'Keefe
me,
knows these people.
guys, for me, the way I've always seen this thing with Epstein is I've always seen it as look what the president. How ice cold would you say the president is?
Pretty ice cold.
Well, give me ice cold 0 to 100.
In the sense of just not giving a damn.
Yeah.
Ice
what do
cold.
you mean by
Somebody
ice cold?
dies, emotions.
Oh, he's
cold.
not. I would say he's up there. Probably
What
the
score? Above 90?
above 90.
I give him above 90
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's not the most
Is he ice cold
empathetic
Putin,
guy.
or is he ice cold little less than Putin?
Less than Putin.
Okay.
a little bit
Fair.
less.
For sure.
So let
Nobody's
me
colder than
ask
Putin.
you, in his eyes, okay, everything that happened with these kids, that happened, okay, do you think he's happy about that?
Absolutely not.
I don't think he's happy about that. He's a grandfather, he's got kids, he's got all that other
course.
stuff. Do you think in his mind, he looks at this and says, Gates, Clinton, all these guys will be more useful to me if this doesn't leak because I can use them for the next 4 years and I can hand it over to the next person that's going to be president for 2028 election? Do you think he sits there and says, okay, honestly, let's have a very ice cold conversation, no emotion. Can we do that? To all the people that are all emotion, step this one out. Just don't listen to this conversation real quick. Okay, play solitary or something, but we'll come back to it. So, ice cold conversation and ice cold thinking.
I'm putting
I
myself
want
there.
you to do
I'm
ice
there.
cold thinking. You're 90 and up for the next 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Got you.
Vinny,
Yeah.
This is what happened.
Okay.
It happened.
I'm him. I'm the president.
No, you are not. I'm the president.
you're the
I'm
president.
talking to
Okay.
you. You're one of my guys on my team.
Okay.
That maybe you have a lot of conscience. You're a man of faith.
Okay.
And you're having a hard time with this.
Okay.
It happened.
Okay. Yeah.
This is exactly what happened. However, question for you.
Yes.
Who is the enemy of the states? Let me tell you what Clinton's did.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what all these guys did. All these things that we have with our investigation, they were part of this.
Yes.
We have one or two choices. Release this now to the public, and they're going to continue to be the enemy to the country, come back to us, or we hold them hostage for the rest of their lives, that they can't do anything to destroy this country. We keep that White House with our values and principles for the next 12 years and bring America back and make it the greatest country in the world again, but it's going to require us to hold some of these guys hostage. If you're an ice-cold thinker, you got the ice-cold hat on, how do you think right now?
If I'm ice cold,
Ice-cold.
If I'm ice cold, that would be a great chess move to keep this positivity that we have as America going great, to keep it going. Oh, if I'm ice cold,
You have to be
I'm like,
ice cold.
I'm like, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that. We have the kill switch. Basically, we're in
so
control.
whatever you say after here, guess what? It's totally understandable. Now flip and don't be ice cold.
Yeah. If it's not, if I'm not ice
Be
cold,
yourself.
If I'm going to be myself, I would say, and I've said this statement before: let justice be done, though the heavens fall. We cannot be a nation, a Christian nation, and have it built on sexual blackmail of raping underage pedophile leaders of these children. Because if that's what we're built on, it's going to fall, and it's going to fall hard, but not right now. So I would say, to clean house and make everything happen, regardless of the consequences, we got to expose them. This is being the Vincent O'Shawn, the Christian guy.
Now the question becomes,
I put him out there.
Now the question becomes, long term, what is the better move long term for
Is the
America?
cold ice. Obviously, it's the ice cold. Ice cold is for the America
do you remember-
system to keep going.
I am going to tell you something that's going to contradict my own self. Okay? And here's what it is. I think there has to be. Remember how earlier I talked about every 3 months we used to,
Fire someone.
terminate one of
Yes.
our agents just to make sure everybody knew we're not going to do business like this.
Yeah.
And in many of the cases, our lawyers would report to the Department of Insurance, and they would tell every carrier about you as an agent, who you are. So no
Done.
one's picking
You're
you
done.
up. You're done permanently
Yeah.
for 10 years.
Yeah.
So I do think there has to be to happy medium. If they're watching, this is how I would do it. The happy medium for me would be the following. What is the punishment right now for, Rob, what is the punishment right now for a 40-year-old man to have sex with a 13-year-old girl, which many of these girls were, 14-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl? What is the punishment right now?
If convicted,
If convicted, what is the punishment right now?
I'm going to say 5 to 10 years.
Oh, I would hopefully it's way
No,
worse than that.
Adam, I don't think
I want to
it's-
see what it is.
Yeah.
I want to see what it is.
If convicted, 5 to 10. Let's see.
Because to me, there's a couple things you have to do.
Is it?
Okay? One,
It might be saying it's going to be too
One-
there you go.
it's by states. Okay? States choose. Federal law number or something. Understand? Use of internet to transport child porn, not coercion. U.S. contains some. Okay, but I want to know, what is the sex offense? What is it? Okay,
Oh, there it
federal
is.
law.
Up to 15 years.
Up to 15 years.
Up to
most of them
40
don't-
years
don't-
imprisonment in
If it's
In
rape.
Pennsylvania, rape
Yeah.
of a child less than 13 can bring 40 years imprisonment. Many states, statutory rape or sexual assault can represent a felony. Prison can years of several decades. Which provides at 13 years old, and then the other one's 43 months. Okay.
Yeah, the average statutory rape is 43 months. Is what it says. So Vinny was actually accurate.
to me, what I would do is there has to be such a level of fear. Like if there are some of these men that were doing child trafficking with young girls, 10 years old, 9 years old, 13 years old, there has to be such a massive public fear that is casted on those people to not be like, these videos, they go around, catch guys at Walmart and different places.
Oh, yeah.
And those videos go viral and their careers are over
Yes.
with. I think there needs to be an example made of a group of people to put the fear of death upon everybody
Good.
else.
I agree.
So you got to if you're going to go this route and you're going to hold this content hostage because you have control of Bill Clinton and others, let's just say that's the case, you have to put the fear of death upon everybody on the opposite sides. They're like, let me think twice about it. Whether it's public, it has to be something where it's public humiliation. For any man who gets caught doing this, it's a form of recognition. We're gonna put your picture and publicly make sure everybody knows you did this. Like there needs to be a
You want to
form
shame
of
them?
recognition. Do this again, see what happens to you. There has to be. And then because there's certain things, forgiveness is, and then on the flip side, if you're gonna go ice cold on the other guys, well then you better make a lot of progress and show us stuff like this with Comey and stuff to move forward. Because you can't do one without the other. If you choose to do neither, then you lose your base. Not all of them, but you lose 2% of your base. And 2% is a lot. And for 2028, you're going to need these guys. Because what we are learning right now, is what's important to, what is the influence kids are having on elections today? A lot. What is the influence TikTok's having on elections today?
Huge.
We just saw Charlie Kirk's memorial. How many people showed up? 100,000 people showed up.
100,000.
You think that's validating what 2028 election is going to be about?
Yep.
And who you need to win over? Those people are on social media and X. So if you don't do anything, they're going to keep talking. Adam.
Well, you just highlighted what I would call the paradox of what is right versus what is wrong and what should you do about it. Vina and I had a conversation probably a month ago, and I said, if you found out what do you think is true, and you do the Wizard of Oz thing and you see it, and it would basically cause the government or the city to burn down. You're going to burn the whole. You said burn the whole thing. I said then you'd be ruling a city of ashes. Is that what we're willing to do? Here's what I would say, PBD. You talk about the public humiliation. I have a different suggestion. I would almost say private humiliation. If it means burning the whole country down, I'm not in favor of that. We're being ice cold for a second. But in private, if you find out these people are guilty, you don't need a public humiliation. You need a private castration. And if this is what these dudes are doing, low key, nobody needs to know. You cut it off.
Well, why would you do it secretly? I wouldn't
Because
do it
word
live.
will travel. Word will travel. You think secrets won't get out? Did you hear what they did to so-and-so? All these people are going to talking. If it is
Cutting
certainly...
or dangling off.
Yep.
Oh, or it could be chemical castration, whatever it is.
I agree.
But
I
if they're
agree, but it
doing
should
that
be-
to children, I don't need public humiliation. I need you to cut that thing off, and everybody's going to find, oh, bro. That to me is a more fitting crime than shaming them publicly.
I agree, but the one little caveat, no. Publicly you say this person was convicted, hide the victim, but he's convicted, this is what he did. Yeah. We're castrating him, put the word out, because guys, you have to understand these people, it's not as if you're an alcoholic and you stop drinking and you're kind of over it and you've moved on. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not getting this disgusting pedophile out of you. Every time they see a kid, Pat, that's where they're at.
Why you
and
have
it needs
to
to nip it in the bud,
the
so to
cancer.
speak.
It's kind of a standoff, too, if you think about it. So I agree with the notion that, okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. And now you need to maybe not play ball, but just not be so difficult to work with. I believe that. But I also believe goes the other side that says, look, so you're gonna basically crush me. Well, on the way down, I'm going to put some receipts up with a bunch of your guys. So you can't take this chess piece off without me knocking some off. And by the way, remember Nixon. Historical documents and everything are now clear. Nixon felt that the election in 1960 was stolen, that Illinois and Texas was stolen. And if you flip those back, Nixon wins the election by one electoral vote. Go the other way, Kennedy gets over 300.
JFK.
Okay. Nixon said, I'm not going to tear down the country for an election. I don't think it's good for the country. Right. And there's multiple people, Republicans and Democrats, that said there was deep respect throughout the political sphere that Nixon didn't do it because they had him. Now, you can find some protests. You can find some courts that protested things because you couldn't stop all the operatives, and some of them were really pissed off. But Nixon himself said this for the good of the country. And W supposedly also, remember how many presidents have been talking about the JFK files? Every one of them for 20 years. Yeah. So W also did not think it was good for the country about the JFK files. Now everybody's going to put in the comments, yeah, that's because Papa Bush was part of it. I don't know. But there is precedent here, Pat, where they kind of checkmate each other in private. They don't prosecute each other. And it's kind of a Mexican standoff.
But can I say one last thing, Pat? I know we want to move on. if you had to pick one name that's constantly been said about Epstein, I mean, that keeps popping up, that's been on the Express, that there's photos with him with girls, that is a high-ranking guy.
William Jefferson
It's
Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Okay, I don't care who you are and how good he was as a president and how good he was for the African American. Put that aside. His name has been implicated more than Gates, more than any of those other freaking demons.
Yeah.
All right. How is this guy so freaking powerful? And hold on, Adam. And like how we said with Comey has to fall. In this case, and I know it never happened. One of them, Pat. I want one of those guys that was connected to Epstein to fall. That's it.
But you know what happens?
It's
if
never
you do
going to
that?
happen to Bill.
And
me tell
all
you.
of them come down.
No, because you take one. It's like the crab theory. That guy's going to tell on everybody.
Oh.
That's how that goes. So they can't do one.
Ugh, I
you do
want
one, that guy's going to say, oh, yeah? Oh, really, Bill? Hi, William. How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, sir, you better call Donald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bet. Hey, that's exactly what happens.
Pat, let me ask you one question. What kind of secrets do you think a president of the United States has? Internally, domestic, globally,
More
internationally?
on second term than first term.
Okay.
More on
Bill
second
Clinton
term
was
than
a
first
two-term
term.
president.
He has a lot of them.
Obama was a
has a
two-term
lot of
president.
Joe Biden
Trump
doesn't.
is-
Joe Biden is like,
Okay.
no.
But
Senior
You want-
has a lot of them because he was a director of CIA.
CIA.
He probably
So,
has more
you-
than most two-term
okay.
presidents.
So the amount of secrets that a president has, and you want to go try to throw a president in jail? I'm just saying, they tried to do it with Trump.
He's going to answer to
But
God at some point.
there's a reason
So-
that you don't see former presidents going to jail for crimes or crimes against humanity.
But they talk
Yeah, but listen, Lula went away and Lula came back.
Yeah,
and
but
now
Brazil's one of
Bolsonaro
the
is
most corrupt
going-
countries in the world.
It is.
Talking about the United States of America.
I understand
here.
that, but let me tell you.
We have a high standard.
Do you think in the next, here's a good question for you. Do you think in the next 100 years a president goes to jail?
In what country?
U.S.
No,
In
never.
the next 500 years?
No.
You're saying never.
I'm saying highly likely that they will not go to jail in the United States.
So you think 500 years from now America is still going to be a
Yeah,
republic?
because
You think 200 years from now America is still going
If
to be a
America
republic?
falls, the whole world falls.
I know it does. What I'm saying-
I'm convinced of that.
But what I'm saying to you is, you don't think it'll eventually happen. Your argument makes sense because you do that, it's embarrassing. But at the same time, if somebody crossed the line and it's that big,
What was the whole thing recently that the presidential immunity? That was the whole thing that Trump basically solidified.
yeah, to protect them, yeah.
President ain't going to jail.
By the way, can you show the poll, Rob, that you ran? Actually, I'm proud of the audience here. Can you go pull up the poll here? I'm really impressed with the audience, how reasonable they are. So remember earlier, the Comey thing was what? 95.5. He just ran a poll right now. He says, do you believe President Trump is covering for Bill Clinton? Look at that.
Oh, wow.
It's 50-50.
Wow.
50, and that's 8,500 votes. 52-48. So our audience to give that kind of an answer after seeing what just happened, you guys are part of the reasonable community, and I applaud you. Stay like that, guys. This is good. We have a good audience. If you can stay balanced like this, and we're right or wrong, we can go back and forth. For her take, if you or somebody you know, Rob, just put the link below if you don't mind. Put the link below if you want to nominate anybody. I got swamped by so many messages. I'll nominate myself. I'll nominate myself. I'll nominate myself. If you have anybody that you recommend, we now have a list of over 100 ladies that would like to be on Her Take, and we're excited about it. We're going to build that into a top show for 2027, 2028, and very excited about that show. And I think it's going to turn into something very special. We had a very good Zoom yesterday talking about what the plans are with the show. What happened? What happened, Tom?
No, what you were talking about.
Oh, okay. So, and so having said that, for those of you guys that would like to nominate somebody, you can simply go to this form, put their name down. And the biggest thing for us is, guys, this person needs to have influence. You know, some of you guys are putting some, look, I've never posted a video on YouTube before. I've never done anything, but I think I would be great. We need folks that have experience doing this. So if there's anybody you like that you want to nominate, put their names there. Or if it's yourself and you're somebody that you've done a lot of content, and you want to be part of the show, we'd love to talk to you. We're looking for the host. We're looking for co-host. We're looking for co-hosts because we're going to have a rotation because a lot of people live in different places. But the person that would be the main host, we need that person to be in South Florida because we want to drive a lot of eyeballs to Her Take. This was one of the biggest weeks of eyeballs going to Her Take. And it's a phenomenal concept. that we're excited about long term. So again, Rob, did you put the link in comment section in the description?
And it's also pinned. Yep.
Fantastic. Just go click on a link, nominate anybody you think would be good on that show. We would love to speak with them. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.